currently attempting the 365 Days of Animal Crossing challenge as a player who normally plays this game cozy in bed. I'm going day by day with no time traveling, and I have already done a lot on my island. So in this video, we're going to see just how much we can accomplish this week. I have a bunch of different goals I want to complete before January is over, from completing the Creatorpedia for the month to getting another dreamy on our list. So here are the weekly goals that we should complete to stay on track. I want to replace a villager with a dreamy. I want to catch the January bugs and fish, work but not complete the DLC because I haven't in the longest time, expand Harv's Island, and for that we need to make money, complete the fossils, we have 2 left, complete our farm, get more DIYs, and complete the mermaid collection. So this is the first day. We start off by getting a letter from Dizzy saying, "What did you have for dinner last night? Will you have it again tonight? Gonna have some? I'll bring my own plate." Boy, I don't even remember what I did today, let alone what I have for dinner last night. I went down the island and spoke to Dizzy himself. I explored the beach and found our daily DIY, a wooden field sign that looks kinda ugly. I won't lie to you. I won't ever use it, but it's good to have it, I suppose. I went to the hotel and Leilani finally allows us to change the mannequins, which allows us to dress our tours the way we want it. I bought the artful screen for 56 tickets, the tubular lamp for 70 tickets, and peeped into the catalog for more furniture and bought the new flower planter variation for 150 that left us with nothing. I decided to do room 2 as well, and Leilani gave us an option between a Japanese room and a modern room, and I chose the Japanese one. In these rooms, I put stuff down that I think I will use and then decide if I actually want them or not, so it's a mess before it's pretty. I changed the flooring and the wallpaper to set the tone and picked the sound for a room. I changed the color of some of the items, moved the wooden frame by the entrance, placed the speaker by the flower planter and the dresser by the bed, replaced the big chair for the ones on the floor in pink, of course, placed down a low table, moved stuff around for the wall partitions to make sense with the bed, but it didn't make sense, so I replaced with 2 single beds with the partition in the middle. Placed 2 bedside lockers on each side with the aroma pots on them and a little bamboo drum on the dresser, and this is the finished look. I personally love this room. It's so on theme and cozy. I love a Japanese style room. And we got 200 tickets for that. We went into Whitney's house, our newest villager, to see if she had unpacked, and I fell in love with her aesthetic right away. Like, what do you mean you have a rose bed? Went to Ava's house, no cooking or crafting, but we had a chat. I'm hunting for more DIYs, girl, please. And Elisa was having a party with Merengue. Why is nobody doing anything on this island today? On my way over to the last house, I encountered one of the tourists, and it was Diva! Look at her hair! Anyway, Tybolt was crafting a kettlebell? Are you trying to tell me something? Anyway, it's a cheap plate, never gonna use it. I finally went to Bluebear's house. You can tell me her house isn't cute. I will not accept that statement. I spoke to Tom Nook and decided to change the outside appearance of my house. I played around with so many designs, unsure of what to pick. I want pink and white. That's all I want, but none of the shades made sense. So this is what we end up with. Dug up a fossil, hit a rock, and shook the bell tree for some sweet money. Dug another fossil, hit another rock. You get the idea. We assessed them with bladders, and lo and behold, nothing new. I will never find these 2 fossils, will I? And to drown my sorrows, I had a piping hot coffee with Brewster upstairs. I harvested my crops and planted more veggies because I finally had tomatoes to plant, put them all in my house storage, and went diving for that scallop, which we actually found fairly quickly. The scallop summons Pascal that gives us a pearl and a mermaid DIY. The zip quote of the day was, "You don't know what you don't know until you do, you know?" And that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. The DIY was a mermaid fence and it's cute! After that, I ran to the store and saw the fossils through the drop-off box because they were already closed for the night. To finish off the night, I started working on the left side of the island. I tried mirroring the waterfall I created on the right side to the left side and played around with both instead. I couldn't really decide what to do or how to do it, so I changed both, and looking back, they're actually uneven. I connected the path between the waterfalls and placed the custom designs to act as flower planters alongside it. I dug up the pink flowers I had in my flower garden to place on the waterfalls and called it a day. Day 2, we had no news from Isabel aside from a call from her mom and dad, and I think that's sweet. We start off at 9 p.m. that day after a long day at work. We got a call from Timmy and Tommy about our drop-off items selling for 17,600 bells, and then we checked the mail for our flower planter. I went back home to check if I had any pink or white flowers ready to plant on the new waterfalls, and no, none. As soon as I was trying to leave, Merengue paid us a visit. Could you have the better time? She brought us an apple. How consider it. And we played high card, low card to win a sweatshirt. Where's my pinball machine from last time, Merengue? We won the game and she gave us a sweatshirt, left the house. Our crops are looking good. And what is that? What is that? A tarantula? Not on my watch! We went down to Top Nook and decided to move the shop out of the way. And the best way to do that is to place it on the beach. On my way there, Amelia had a thought bubble above her head. This only happens if they want to give you a gift, sell you an item, play a game, or most importantly, express a desire to move off your island. In this case, she wanted to leave. Change can be good for you, Amelia. See you later! I dug up a fossil in the meantime, my shovel broke, and hippity hopped to the other side of the beach to place the store marker. I sold a tarantula for 8,000 bells and bought a Nordic pendant light, a garden faucet, and checked this desktop. I can't even speak because of how expensive it is. No, thank you. A strawberry soda for 1,000 bells and a dish drying rack for 530 bells. I went to the cabinet to check new wallpaper and flooring and spent another 18,710 bells on things I don't need. Time to visit the clothing shop. I spoke to Sable, who gave us more patterns, and bought a new pink dress for 2,500 bells, which means 2,500 bells. I just couldn't stop spending money at this point. Went back into the store and bought myself a new shovel. Hit some rocks, dug some fossils, assessed them, and no luck in completing the fossils this time. Went up to Brewster for our daily coffee and sold the fossils for 17,600 bells. Got milk miles from drinking coffee, didn't know that was a thing. Found our daily DIY on the beach, and we got a water pump. Never gonna use it, but thank you anyway. We walked over to the hotel to check our daily visitors, and we had Boone and Deli. Ran over Annalisa, that seems to always be crafting or cooking for us, and she gives us the bamboo sphere DIY. I then decided to do some trading that night to get more bells and Nook Mile tickets for our hunt. I cataloged what I had in my inventory, put them for trading, and waited. Boone, you scare me. Meanwhile, I decided to plant the only suitable flowers I had on top of the waterfall and add water to the base of the both. I finally traded some items for a total of 100,000 bells and a present. I went to Harv's Island and I forgot I had unlocked Cyrus and Reese for the customization table, spoke to Leaf and got more potato seeds, and unlocked Reed for 98,250 bells. You have to spend 100,000 bells to unlock each co-op. It's a lot of money, so that's why I'm trying to trade. I went back home and started working on the path by the farm because it felt incomplete. There were no green edges like the rest of the path, so I placed down more. On my way to Tom Nook, Ava gives a short peacock. Oh, she gave us a short peacoat, something she apparently won as a prize. I love Ava. She's so sweet to us. I went over to the construction consultation counter to buy an incline. I got the brick staircase to match the rest of the island, and I placed it down in between the waterfalls in front of the museum. Yup, that's the spot. I donated 198,000 bells for it and called it a day. Well, only after I finished the pathing I started before that. And this is how it looks so far. To finish off the day, I went back home to store all the items I had in my inventory and headed down to the beach to summon Pascal with a scallop in order to get more mermaid DIYs and pearls. His deep quote of the day was, "If the world's your oyster, man, pay the shellfish forward. Some hungry otter probably needs a snack." Me too, Pascal. Me too. My pockets were full, but he managed to give us a DIY for a mermaid dresser. I adore this collection. To finish the day off, I ran over to the shop to sell all the sea creatures we captured for a total of 29,040 bells. Day 3, I checked the mail and we had a letter from Merengue asking if you could plan something together soon because apparently I always have the greatest ideas. Of course we can plan something fun, girl. Apparently we had a campsite visitor on day 3 and it was Penelope. Cute, but not my type of cute. Sorry, girling. I did play this day in bed and got 2 new DIYs, a carrot juice and a cardboard sofa. I said goodbye to Amelia that was already in boxes, and she wanted to tell me how much I meant to her. Girling, you're making this harder on me. Spoke briefly to Shep and went up to the new stairs that we built yesterday to assess more fossils in the museum, and no success on completing the museum this time. Got more Nook miles from that, and as usual, I went up to Brewster for my daily coffee. Merengue was there too. I didn't know she liked coffee. As I was leaving leaving, Brewster called us back and gave us a DIY for Roost Sablé cookies. Thank us for our constant visits. I can't even speak because that was so sweet. It has his face on it. Look it. I went down to the island and bumped into one of our daily tourists, Kabuki, and decided to check who else we have in the hotel rooms. Cherry? My babes? I had to pay her a visit. I went back to the beach and dug up some white flowers and decided to pave out the path where the shop was previously in. I want to move the villager's house there. But like right there. I laid down the brick, the designs to go in front of the house, the flower bricks on the edges, and ran up to Tom Nook to move Chef's house. I laid down some wooden planks as a visual to where the house should go, and although I lost the flower I just planted, I think this is the spot. I laid down some more custom paths, I moved the tree, and placed the remaining flower bricks on the edges. I went back to the waterfalls I've been working on for the past few days, and finally fixed them to look the same. I fixed the waterfall on the right first, and then the new one on the left side. I am back home, got my watering can, and watered my rose garden for some more pink roses. I harvested my farm. My voice is gone. I harvested my farm, got some Nook miles for watering the flowers, and I did the same to my farm. I ran to the shop and sold the fossils for 15,500 bells. But I saw this ninja sword and 90,000 bells? It broke my bank account, but give me it! And I had to get this pink cat tower for 3,000 bells. I just had to. I also bought this microwave for another 3,000 bells, a purple dotted wall for 1,100 bells, a wavy tile wall, a green blossom wall, a black two-tone tile wall, a red delicate blooms wall, and a white honeycomb tile for a total of 105,770 bells. I'm supposed to be making money, not spending it. But I do this for 2 reasons. 1, for cataloging, that way I have more variety to decorate the hotel and vacation homes. And 2, trading. I can make that money back in double. I went outside and saw Blue Bear with a thought bubble. There's no way you're leaving her, like stop that. But she just wanted help catching a butterfly. I said no. Good luck to you! I went to the house to put stuff away and got a furnace and a working bench to place by the hotel so I wouldn't have to go home every time I wanted to craft for hotel tickets. I placed a working bench on the right side and a furnace on the left side. I crafted a 1 beekeeper's hive, 1 wooden ladder setup kit, 2 mini DIY workbenches, and I had to give my own watering can. Not cool. 1 kettlebell, 2 frying pans, and 1 shovel, 2 jail bars. Do they want to lock me up? 2 flimsy shovels, and finally 1 falling snow wall for a total of 470 tickets plus 100 extra from Cap'n. I needed some garden lanterns for decor, so I ordered some from the Nook shop. I went over to the plot that I moved earlier and I built the fence I needed. Now I just need to wait for tomorrow to place the garden lantern in front of it. I went back to the hotel and read some more of the Artful collection for a total of 780 tickets. And finally, to end the day, I did a group stretching for the first time. On day 4, it's Dreamy Hunting Day. Isabel announced the label was visiting us. I personally couldn't care less about that. I want shooting stars, please! I got a letter from Tybalt this time saying he doesn't know what to lift to work on his brain muscles. Me too, Tybalt. Me too. I collected all hotel souvenirs and the garden lanterns I ordered on day 3. Put the souvenirs in my home storage and most of the garden lanterns so I could place down the one where I wanted. I collected my 50 Nook miles for the hunt and headed out. First, I had to confirm Amelia was gone, and she was! Time to hunt! I placed down the lantern by Chef's house and ran to the airport. You can see who we've encountered so far after finding Whitney at the top right corner of the screen. I found Drago, a lazy male alligator, birthday on February 12th. Favorite saying, there is no room for 2 dragons in 1 pond. And his catchphrase is burn. Okay, next. Gaston, a cranky male rabbit, birthday on October 28th. Favorite saying, an ear for an ear makes it hard to hear. And catchphrases is Munchao. Kapow! Next! Mac, a jock male doggo, birthday on November 11th. Favorite saying, sometimes life is rough. And catchphrase is woof woof. Woof to you too. Next, Zoe, a normal female anteater. Birthday on February 10th. Favorite saying, don't sign until you've read the whole thing. Very important indeed. And her catchphrase is whiff and zuzuru. Okay. Next, I like to look for DIYs while I'm hunting, and so far I found a wooden plank sign and a glowing moss jar. Okay, moving on. I couldn't believe my eyes when I found Gala. She's one of my dreamies in 5 tickets. 5 tickets. Gala is a normal female pig. Birthday on March 5th. Favorite saying, still waters run deep. And her catchphrase catchphrase is snorty. Yeah, I'm taking her. Come here, baby. I obviously had to run over to confirm that she was moving. I went over to the construction consultation center, that's a mouthful, to move the Able sisters out of the way into, you guessed correctly, the beach. On day 5, I played a little in bed and I don't remember if I did anything significant, to be fair. I popped a balloon for 10,000 bells. We have fossils to assess and a DIY for a chick mom crown. Today, I was logged in to catch the January bugs and fishes. I was looking for a spider that falls off the trees for ages that I ended up getting stung by wasps. I caught a goldfish and got stung again. I kept checking the trees, coins were falling off, but no spider. That's something, I guess, right? I caught a koi and some other fish until my pockets were full. I assessed the fossils I already had with no luck again, and I donated the 2 new fish to the museum and sold everything else for 26,368 bells. I decided to craft some items for the hotel. I crafted 3 pond stones, 1 hay bed, 1 stone lion dog, 3 wooden ladder setup kits, 1 stack of brown sugar, 2 angled signposts, 1 wooden single bed, 1 fish bait, and finally 3 cherry lamps for a total of 850 tickets, plus 100 extra from Cap'n. I also let a balloon pop above water. I've lost it. I checked the hotel catalog and bought more of the tubular collection that I'm sure I already have at this point for a total of 800 tickets. I collected pears, oranges, cherries, apples, and peaches and harvested the farm. I went home and finally took some medicine after winking at you all day and put everything in storage. I got into my PJs and called it a day. On day 6, Isabel announced about snowflakes and snowboys. It's been months, Isabel. We know. I got a phone call again about the drop-off sale from yesterday. I collected all souvenir items and left them at home. I spoke to Ava, my favorite chimkin, and found our daily tourists. 2 wolves? What are the odds? Chief and Kyle, cuties. I found my daily DIY for a Cosmos shower. Really cute. I also got a DIY for Aji Fry from fishing the other day. I dug up a fossil and thought, screw it, I'm gonna go to Harv's Island. And that's what I did. I wanted a new hairstyle, but I didn't like the one she gave me at all. It's cute, but it's not my style. I spoke to Red and looked at the paintings I've had. I spoke to Red and looked at the paintings he had. This one is fake. She's not supposed to look cunty, but this ceiling painting is real. The fake one has less people. I feel like I'm losing footage because I don't remember unlocking Katrina, but apparently I did. And I had my fortune read. She said my luck with friendships will improve. I have no idea what that means, Katrina. Please specify. After that, I went straight to work and sold leaf. What are you doing on this side? You wanted to give us a lecture about hybrid flowers and now we can plant them on our vacation homes. I can't wait to transform them into a pink and white paradise. Kinda. I picked Buzz as my next client. He wants a traditional tea shop. Cute. I got it, Buzz. You got it. You got it, Buzz. I picked the island and got to work. I transformed the outside into a little bamboo pink and white flower garden paradise sort of thing, placed some white fences on the pathway, and went inside. I changed the room size and the entryway, changed the color to the required items, the wallpaper and flooring. I placed down every item I thought I'd use, changed the colors, and played around with the layout. The finished look is really cute, but I love how it looks with the lights off. Gives off cozy vibes, calm vibes, and Buzz loves it. I got 9,000 Pocky for that. Sweet! I found another DIY for a glowing moss wraith and decided I was done decorating vacation homes. I went back home, and because I was feeling a little in my feels, I sat down for a KK slider show to finish off the week. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching this video. It's so much work putting this all together, so I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Bye!